We're with you in moments, big and small. This is Polk Today Video. This episode has a lot of ground to cover and is all about kids having summertime fun here around Polk County. Stay tuned to this latest episode of Polk News Wire for June 15th, 2022, after a word from a local sponsor. This Polk News Wire episode is brought to you by the Development Authority of Polk County. We help our local industries expand and find new organizations looking to build their products or services gain a home here locally. The DAPC even helps local residents looking for work connect with employers via their website, choosepolk.com. Find out more about how they can help you by clicking in the link description, and make sure to choose Polk with the help of the Development Authority of Polk County. Make sure to also thank them for sponsoring free local news content like this at polktoday.com. Let's jump right into some brief news highlights from recent days here in Polk County. First up, youth got to see some slithering creatures thanks to the Southeastern Rescue Reptile Show, providing a demonstration of snakes and other cold-blooded critters that are from around the area. They stopped by the Rockmart City Gym during an event this past Thursday and showed off reptiles to local youth and their families during a packed show. During the weekend on Saturday, the Rockmart area again played host to local youth who took part in the 2022 Kids Fishing Rodeo held at Kenview Farms in Rockmart. DNR organized the return event after a hiatus during 2020 and 2021, and more than 400 kids 15 and under got the chance to dip their lines into the lake. You can find more coverage and photos from those two events on polktoday.com and learn which kid got the biggest fish. Look in the description to read more. Additionally, one more important note from recent days impacting local youth might be a stop into the Cedartown City Commission, as Tiana Pryor sought permission to add a new event to help out collecting back-to-school supplies as a donation for entry into the upcoming Launch to Success Day of Fun coming to the area in mid-July. The CHS alum is holding the event on July 16th from 12 to 4 p.m. Let's listen in for a portion of what she told the commission on Monday.
Right. And last but not least, Launch to Success. This is a community-driven event that I would love to host in Cedartown on Saturday, July 16th at the Goodyear Fields. Why the Goodyear Fields? I don't necessarily see a lot of events hosted there, but there is a lot of space there. And so you basically, on the soccer fields, I want to set up games, vendors, the check-in table where people will donate their school supplies. That's just the entry fee I'm asking. And speaking of vendors, I would like to charge the vendors a $30 fee due to the space and what I hope the crowd will be, as well as the marketing efforts that will go behind this event as well. And so I want people to come out, have fun, do a little community service by giving back to our local schools, as well as have community engagement, fun with everyone in your community, and learn more about Prior to Success.
Check out polktoday.com for full coverage of Prior to Success. Find photos from the snake charming visit and additional snapshots from the Kids Fishing Rodeo as well. Moving on to the other side of the county in Rockmart, they are seeking your help during this year's 150th anniversary celebrations. The city posted on Facebook last week that they want the community's help to share what they love about Rockmart in 30-second video clips. And to start out the video, I love Rockmart because. Submit to Rockmart150 at rockmart-ga.gov. See the address on the screen below as well, and plan to take part in their birthday bash set for August 20th. I think we ought to help you guys out and give you a quick example. Hey everybody, Kevin the editor here. So I love Rockmart because of the people of Rockmart. Whether they're a student or one of our local business owners, anything and everything in between, our people are just fantastically friendly. So that's why I love Rockmart. And of course, who doesn't enjoy Yellow Jacket athletics? Go Jackets. That's why I love Rockmart. Submit your clip now. We'll have more about the 150th anniversary coming up soon. Also, make sure to go over to kevintheeditor.com to get full audio from the Rockmart City Council meeting held on Tuesday. Audio is available there for anyone who missed it for subscribers for $5 a month. This exclusive content isn't available for free, so you have to go sign up to get it. We'll be updating folks on what happened with the meeting in brief as well on polktoday.com. Before we get into what the rest of the week's forecast looks like, we've got some infographics to pass along amid continued concerns about the heat index to local viewers and readers alike. Polk County EMA officials are worried about the heat right now and the potential for area residents to suffer negative impacts from the rising temps during the day. They're reminding you to stay cool, stay hydrated, and stay informed. Oh, and don't forget the sunscreen. Find additional coverage on polktoday.com from the DPH and other organizations around the area as well. It's hot! Woo, it's hot! Yes, fires of the nether regions level of hot. We've got these quick readings from our kitchen thermometer, including the rising temp on the hood of the rental car we're using at midweek. We're going to be hitting the 90s for sure of the next few days, but it's going to feel well above that through next week. Look for a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, but not likely on Thursday, with temps up to 96 and a heat index of 106. Friday is basically the same minus the heat index. We're going to have a 5 to 10 mile an hour breeze, which should help things out, but only if you believe the meteorologist down in Peachtree City. Expect sunshine to dominate the forecast through the weekend. Temps up to 93 on Saturday and 91 for Juneteenth, which is also Father's Day this year. We'll start the week at 94 and up to 97 again on Tuesday. So make sure to stick around the AC as much as possible. Drink lots of water and other hydrating fluids. Coke and energy drinks don't count. And if you have to work outside, make sure to take regular breaks. Now we come to our regular portion of the show where we honor those who have passed away since our last episode. We honor multiple families who have lost loved ones in this edition of In Memoriams this week. Susan Claire Kopic of Cedartown passed away on June 3rd at the age of 57. Arrangements were handled by Owen Gamage and Sons Funeral Home. Robert Warren Haney Jr. was laid to rest in recent days after he passed on Saturday, June 4th, in Savannah. He was 71. Arrangements were handled by Owen Gamage and Sons Funeral Home. Anthony Lee Williams, 61, of the Aragon area, passed away on Monday, June 6th. Freeman Harris Funeral Homes was handling his services. Prayers for the family of Dawn Marie Lambert, who passed away on Tuesday, June 7th, at the age of 58. Whitesea Funeral Home handled the arrangements. Keep the family of Sherry Ann Davenport of Rockmart in your thoughts as well. She passed at the age of 67 on Wednesday, June 8th. Alice Miller and Son Funeral Home handled the arrangements for Miss Davenport's family. Nancy Gill Searcy, apologies if that's incorrect, 82, of Aragon, passed away on Wednesday, June 8th as well. She was shy of her 83rd birthday. Arrangements were handled by Freeman Harris Funeral Home. Please keep the family of Tanya Whiten of McDonough in your prayers as well. She passed on June 8th at the age of 58, and her services were being handled by Alice Miller and Son Funeral Home. Ricky D. Nation, 60, of Cartersville, also passed on Wednesday, June 8th. His family was being served by Alice Miller and Son Funeral Home. Randall Coleman Brock, age 65, passed away on Saturday, June 11th. The former law enforcement officer served with several departments locally and was at one point in his career a detective. Mr. Brock's family was being served by the Alvis Miller and Son Funeral Home. Thomas Tommy Lee Dingler Jr. was 67 when he passed away on Sunday morning, June 12th. His arrangements were being handled by Smith & Miller Funeral Home. Archie Ollie Streetman, 81, of Dallas and originally of Cashtown, passed away on Sunday, June 12th as well. Alvis Miller and Son Funeral Home is serving his family. Reverend Matthew Marion Stringer Sr. also passed on Sunday, June 12th. He was 85 years old and had previously offered sermons to the public on WZOT radio. The Army and Air Force vet was served by the Freeman Harris Funeral Home. Prayers also for the family of Betty Ruth Womack of Aragon, who passed away on Monday, June 13th, at the age of 69. Her arrangements are being handled by Alvis Miller and Son Funeral Home. Our last remembrance for this episode is for Mr. Gus B. Zucker Jr. of Cedartown, who passed away on Tuesday, June 14th, at the age of 70. Arrangements were incomplete and can be found via Gamage Funeral Home when available. This episode of In Memoriams is brought to you by Alvis Miller and Son Funeral Home in Rockmart, a longtime sponsor of Polk Today content. Visit them at alvismillerfuneralhome.com to learn more about the services they can provide your family in time of need. We're getting into the final few items to cover here in this episode of Polk News Wire, with some items on the calendar you'll want to know about. You're going to want to stop by the Rockmart Farmers Market on Thursday as they get ready to host not only vendors but live music as well. Rockmart Farmers Market Director Melinda King talked about how they are doing overall as an organization during this past Tuesday's Rotary Club meeting, and mentioned that we got a special treat over the next 2 weeks with live music playing throughout the event coming up. Local teen Trent Avery will be playing for the crowd this week. He's just getting started in his music career and has a single already out. We've got a link in the description that you can check out more about on the Farmers Market. They are going to be out there Thursday from 2 to 6 p.m. Here's some additional events coming up. Come out this Saturday for the opening of the Cedartown Summer Concert Series at Peak Park. The Bentley Band are performing for the free event. Vendors at this month's concert will include Rudy's, the Shuck Shack, and Frio's Gourmet Pops. The Splash Fountain will be on until 8 p.m. for kids to cool down as well. The show starts at 7 p.m. on June 18th. Bring out a lawn chair, blanket, and more to enjoy the music. Check out more online at polktoday.com. We've already got a story up. Also on Saturday, the Turner Street Park will be filled with neighborhood folks out for a community reunion. It starts at 10 a.m. Vendors are expected to be out. Food and fellowship is in the works for the event this weekend. Additional coverage on polktoday.com is already available. Father's Day is this Sunday, and we'll have some details about that before the weekend is out on polktoday.com. Over in Hiram, a Juneteenth celebration is planned for Sunday at Grays Mill Park, where they will be at the Hiram Rosenwood School Museum. A noon parade is also planned. The event starts at 11 a.m. and lasts till 5 p.m. Multiple vendors are expected. You can find additional coverage of that on pauldingtoday.com. The RCAC has a drawing forum coming up on June 25th with Greg Paulson, who has a show running at the Rockmart Art Gallery right now. It's free and scheduled from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Find out more info at the RCAC Facebook page or in our story on polktoday.com. You'll also get youth shows coming up for the theater camp as well. Shows are being held on June 24th and 25th. You can find more information about that on polktoday.com. Another upcoming event of note, the Cedartown International Wheelchair 5K Road Race is coming up on June 30th at 6 p.m. The start line remains the same at Peak Park on College Street, and you can check out more about that on polksportswire.com. Also on Polk Sports Wire, Cedartown Rec started signups for fall sports. There's volleyball this year too. There's already some info online. Check back in for more. Put a pin in the date for Saturday, July 30th, as the Burtwood Youth and Athletic Complex hosts the Youth Summerfest and Church Olympics event for back-to-school giveaways and more. They'll be meeting this weekend for organizing and need volunteers. Youth will get to enjoy inflatables and games. Organizers are helping out in a variety of ways, including free school supplies and haircuts during the July event. And there's the annual Church Olympics starting at 9 a.m. We'll be adding more information about it as the time gets closer in July. You'll also want to remember that Mark Chesna is coming to Cedartown in August. That date is August 19th. I'm told by a very reliable source at the Cedartown Performing Arts Center that there are still tickets left for the postponed concert from the winter. I've also heard, fingers crossed, that we're going to have some more events coming up soon that we'll get to announce. Of note, the Cedartown Performing Arts Center via the Cedartown Civic Arts Commission is a sponsor of Polk Today content like this, and we very much appreciate you for going out to enjoy events they work hard to bring to our local stage. That wraps up this latest episode of Polk News Wire for Wednesday, June 15th, 2022. Hey, folks, before we go, if you like this content and want to help me continue making it, consider giving a contribution to Polk Today via PayPal. We've got the link in the description where you can give as much as you like, but $5 a month would make a huge difference. That's less than what you'd pay in the store right now for a pound of ground beef or a cup of coffee from Starbucks. If you can't do that, then maybe you know someone who wants to watch this episode and more. Share it with them, hit the like button, and help it gain traction in the algorithm on social media. And subscribe to me on YouTube or follow us on Polk Today on Facebook and other platforms. I'm Kevin, the editor. Thanks for tuning in. Check back in for the next episode of Polk News Wire as soon as it's available.